Hello, truth seekers. This is truthbetold.db, and I'm here to give us and give you guys, because I'm giving myself one too, I guess, a story time. I'm going to give you guys a story time as much as I can. I have a lot of stories in my life, and I feel that certain people are feeling the same way I do about certain things. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down low. I would like for you to like and subscribe to my channel. Today's story time will be about big personalities and the player haters and the racism on jobs. Now, I have lived to be a certain age. Now, I'm not going to say I'm grandma or old age status. However, I'm no little baby. I'm too big of a cat to be called a mouse. And I do, like I said in my previous video, said that I have a professional opinion. If you don't know which video that was, then go back and look at them all, and you'll hear what I'm talking about. I would like to start off with a company where I was working, and I have a license through the state to be a cosmetologist. Now, I also have a degree in social work and counseling. I've been doing hair for 15 years. So when I get tired of social work or counseling or whatever be it may, I just, take a break and go ahead and go back to doing hair. Now, I know it's a lot of player haters at hair shops. However, I've been more on the European side of hair. So it's like, this is where a lot of racism comes into play. First shop I worked at, I was pretty young. I was early 20s and just had my daughter. And I never really looked at people as color because I wasn't raised like that. Even though my grandparents were from down south, they were from Alabama. I never really, they didn't teach me any racism. So I know that's crazy because growing up north, you would think, okay, well, you had down south grandparents. I know they told you. They didn't tell me anything. They just raised us like, hey, this is life. They never mentioned color. They just mentioned people's actions. And which I think that that's a good thing because, I mean, you're not stupid when you get a certain age. Of course, you're going to recognize things are different. You're going to recognize your color is different. You're going to recognize other people's colors are different. So, however, I had my daughter and started working at this one shop. And of course, it was a pretty much predominantly white shop. And I have a big personality. And sometimes when you have a big personality, people are intimidated. And I'm a jovial person. So it's like I'm always happy. I'm always laughing. And I talk loud. And that's just because I was raised, my grandfather was loud. God rest his soul. He was just one of the best men in my life. And I got to this shop and I guess I was tall. I'm still tall, very thin, big boobs, just beautiful chocolate woman. And these white girls didn't know how to take me. So they hated on me every day. And I could deal with that. It was just the clients that would come in, they were extra. And so I do remember one day, a Hawaii man came in and he was just like, I want you. So when he got in my chair, he was just real rude, real extra racist. And, by you being the only black token in the shop, especially with my chocolate skin, they look for black women to be angry, black, aggressive, confrontational. And I was nothing like that. And I try to this day to still not instill those type of values in my child and my daughter. And I'm kind of now like that now, even though I have learned a lot throughout the years. I mean, I'm not the same person from my 20s up until now. However, this guy gave me a hard time on top of having to perform with these player hating white girls. And it was like, okay, here we go. But I blew them off every day. I just did my thing. Threw my high heels on, looked good. And I guess I was their muse, inspirational, motivational, player hateration to do whatever. However, this white guy came in and he was just, yeah, what this, that, the other. And I'm like, okay, sir, blah, blah, blah. Yes, sir, I can take care of that, sir, blah, blah, blah. And one day he came in and I was on my way to have my lunch break. And he was like, I want her, pointing at me. And I'm like, well, sir, I'm on my way to take my lunch. And I said, well, what time is it? I said, is it 5:00? I don't know if I said 4:03, 3:03, whatever. I got the time wrong because I really didn't know the time because I was working. I didn't pay attention to the time. I'm getting my bag. And he was like, you're a dyslexic nigger and this and that. And I said, excuse me? So the white girls in the shop, of course, they didn't say anything. They were just like, Some of them laughed and they didn't say anything. I said, sir, well, I'm going to take my lunch break. I can't help you. After my lunch break, they took him, and after I got off of lunch, the manager of the shop came to me and she was like, well, we're going to have to let you go. And I'm like, what? What did I do? What's wrong? I took my lunch break. You guys told me to go to lunch. The customer's always right, and you should have taken him. And I said, well, you heard him call me a dyslexic nigger. Well, I mean, that was no need for you not to serve him and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wow. And I never really had any problems with racism, even though I went to a college down south, stayed there for 5 years and came home. Of course, it was a little racist, but it wasn't nothing like what opened my eyes when I got back up north. And this was up north that I had this encounter, and I was like, wow. That's when things started turning for me. I said, oh, okay. So it's like my key and what I want to say, because I'm gonna try to keep my story times kind of short if I can, because I have so much to say. I like to talk. I'm a talkative person. I'm a jovial person. I'm a happy person. And I have so much in me that I think that I could share with everyone that could, relate to me. Never let anyone dim your light. Sometimes you have to say, okay, maybe this job isn't for me, or maybe I need to just work for myself. It's never wrong to be an entrepreneur. I teach my daughter that every day. Own your own and be your own and make your own. Because when I was growing up, everything was go to college, get a job. To me, a job is just over broke, J-O-B, just over broke. And I noticed some things with the black culture that's different with the white culture. Some white people teach their children, I'm not saying all, yeah, go to college. However, when you get out of college, start your own job, be your own boss. And I noticed that some of us, as far as in the black community, we teach our children and we're being taught, yeah, go to school, go to college, and go get a job when you get done. It's not all the time that you need to go get a job. And everybody isn't college material. So it's not all the time that we need to teach our children to go get a job, or we need to have a job just over broke ourselves. It's sometimes we need to step out and do things that we want to do. We don't need to diminish our light or hold back our personalities or hold our head down low to make other races and cultures feel more secure about their insecurities. Because a lot of times that's not our problem. That's theirs. And I have plenty more stories where I will be elaborating on the fact that I had to try to diminish my light. Now, see, what's crazy is diminishing your light and holding back your personality and stopping what God naturally gave you. It doesn't stop you from getting fired. Regardless of the fact, you still will potentially maybe lose your job, even if you brown nose. So brown nosing or not, what's the difference? You might not make it. You might make it. So just be yourself, truth seekers. Be yourself. And that's all I have today for story time. And I will bring some more story time to you. So please like, subscribe, and comment. And tell other people about my channel, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm one of the realest. I'm new to these YouTube streets. However, I bet you I'm very much true to these YouTube streets. I'm going to be. So give me a chance. Listen and learn, because I know that I do. You all take care. Truth be told, DB. I love my truth seekers. Keep seeking the truth. Bye-bye now.